Hello, everyone. Unfortunately, we've run out of people to shout out. If anyone wants a shout out, just leave a comment down below. And, usual rules still apply. I'll look at your stuff, and if it's appropriate for the channel, I'll do a shout out. But it's actually a pretty good week, seeing as how we finally have details of the new cartoon coming out, Cyberworld. We now know that this is going to be a YouTube show, and it's going to be mostly aimed at a younger audience. And they're going to be experimenting with a lot of the designs and some of the overall aesthetics. It looks like it's going to take a little bit out of the Cyberverse playbook, especially with the honeycomb design. And I've seen a whole lot of people getting mad about this online, mostly older people, older fans. All I can say is, good. This is absolutely what we need to do. We need to make Transformers media accessible, we need to make it different, and we need to make it interesting to younger fans. I know that we would all like for More Than Meets the Eye, the comic book, to become a TV show, right? I know that there's plenty of people out there who would say, what we need to do is do G1 87, do like how they're doing with X-Men 97, right? That is a terrible idea. It won't bring any new fans in. It will be great for lapsed fans. It will not bring new people in. This is really solid. It's the exact thing that I have been begging for, to go back to the idea of putting a YouTube Transformers show out there, because Cyberverse was popular. The toys were popular. People got into the show through Cyberverse. Same thing with Rescue Bots before it. So this is absolutely what we need to have going on. If you want a more adult Transformers story, Skybound is doing really, really cool stuff right now. You have video games potentially on the horizon. I know that we just had a couple that were announced recently. And you can also just engage with the fandom, If you're already into Transformers, there's so many things to be excited for right now, not all of them from Hasbro. This is going to be great when it comes to keeping our fandom healthy, though. This is absolutely what we need. Happy to see it. Really interested in the designs. I want to see more. And hey, Optimus is based off of Classics Optimus. That's my favorite Optimus Prime design, so pretty happy all around. I hate to say that there's a negative side to this announcement, but right now we're going to keep it positive. And then we're going to go straight into our usual toy news. So starting off, we have sightings of all the new Age of the Prime stuff, the new Studio Series stuff, as well as some of the new Authentics figures. This is all in Indonesia. So not in the United States, not your local Target yet. But this is good, because when it starts showing up in places like Indonesia or Malaysia, that shows that they're finally leaving the factory. They hit those places first. They'll get over stateside and in places like the United Kingdom, probably within the next few weeks, maybe the next month or so. Really excited for the first wave of the Age of the Primes again. Really excited for Solus Prime, specifically Red Alert, absolutely. Scrapper. Need that Studio 86 Scrapper, man. I don't even want Devastator. I just want to get that Scrapper. We're also seeing that the Optimus Prime was found at a different Target, also in Indonesia. And I just want to say this. I have been constantly saying that when it's just standing there, this is going to be a beautiful looking Optimus. Well, look at that. When it's just standing there, it's a beautiful looking Optimus. I feel very validated. Aren't I such a smart boy? We are now also seeing some of the Swap-a-Tons are actually making it out to store shelves, including a 5-pack we didn't even know about until it was already discovered. But we're going to go over all the Swap-a-Tons later on properly in more detail. Just know they are getting out there. This is really interesting. So this was found in Sri Lanka. There is a company known as Perfect Toys. They do a lot of RC stuff. They did an RC Cyberverse Megatron. There's no indication that this is going to come out anywhere else. This might just be in Asian markets, but it's kind of cool. I'm always interested in seeing these auto-transforming RC figures. Third Party had a little bit of a showing this week. So, Kang Toys is showing off the color prototypes of Breakhorn. This is their version of Slug. He still looks incredible. But then Kang Toys also showed this off. So, they're still going through with their Masterpiece scale Dinobots, but they're also going to be doing a Chug scale just right around the corner. And I don't want to be negative, right? I think this is a terrible idea. And this is a terrible idea for any size of company. If you're doing a lineup of toys, if you're going to go into a different scale and do the same exact characters and the same aesthetic, you're going to be cutting yourself off at the foot. This happened with Star Wars when Black Series was first coming out, and now Vintage Collection has a horrible time trying to exist in a world where Black Series is around. Same thing with 3 3/4 inch G.I. Joe. Same thing with a lot of modern toy lines. I get that we want different versions of different characters out there. I totally support that. But when you make them the same designs and just change the scale, you're going to make it to where this line is probably going to die prematurely. Just because there's too much out there. And people are going to mix and match. This is third party, so it's only going to be the diehard fans into this. But this is going to be a problem, potentially. Hopefully not, because I like Kang. I think they have cool ideas. Official reveals. There were a couple to go over this week. For one, KO Culture is doing a trading card set of Transformers. This is only going to be in China. We're going to get a re-release of the 3-0 Siege, Optimus and Megatron. They look fine. Optimus looks better than Megatron to me, but, if you're interested, you're able to get these guys again. But then, I saw the greatest thing invented by the Hasbro Transformers design team in years. The Swap-a-Tons. I don't know what it is. This is vibing with me way too hard. So essentially, you're going to buy 2 packs, you're going to get 2 little robot modes, and they're going to form one big vehicle mode. You can see that Bumblebee and Rodimus here turn into what is basically a souped-up Volkswagen van. Bumblebee and Hot Rod look absolutely, they're having the best time. They're having the best time, and I love it. And they're probably the weakest pack, because look at this. You have Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus. Look at Optimus Prime's little, did I do that kind of face? And then Magnus is going to turn to his trailer. This looks great. And then there's Megatron and Shockwave. Megatron is all into this. Shockwave looks really annoyed. It's going to be a cool, I don't even know what that would be. Just like a weird, that looks like the Imperial Transport from the vintage Star Wars line. Like the big gray lunchbox with the cannon. I like it, though. I need this 2-pack. But the best one, Cheetor and Tigatron turning into a fat house cat. This gives me life. This gives me life. This gives me hope. This gives me gender. This gives me everything good that is right in the world. I can't wait for this. Look at Tigatron. Tigatron's so happy to be included here. He's so happy to be the ass of this cat. There's also a 5-pack to get, which has also invalidated my Ape Link video after only a week. If there is a surefire way to get a new toy of a character announced, it's me making an episode of the Many Toys Of. Because every time, especially on the videos where I'm really proud of it, there is always going to be a new figure that shows up almost the day of, just to make it to where my video is no longer complete. But there's a lot of cool characters here too. So for one, you got Optimus Primal and Ape Link. And what I think is so cool is that they're not using the same body. They're giving Optimus his original body, Season 1 body, and then Ape Link is using the Transmetal body, which is a tiny detail, but on a toy line like this, it shows that they're putting the effort in. Past that, we are getting Beast Wars Gator Megatron and Skull Cruncher. Skull Cruncher looks so enamored. He is so ready to do his stand-up routine. He has been waiting at the bit to steal some jokes from Bill Burr. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But then finally, Scorponok. I don't know what it is. Scorponok is my favorite one. He's the best one to me. I also love the fact that he's the only one who doesn't have a front half, so you're going to be able to give trucks and tanks and cats and gorillas scorpion legs. This is peak. This is the pinnacle of humanity. This is all that we have been striving for. The Industrial Revolution, all for this. Roman aqueducts, all for this. The pyramids, all for this. This is here. My friends, we have proven our purpose to the universe. Love this cat. Now, I will say this. If you are just interested in the toy news, this is a good time to click off. Because there is another thing to talk about that is very directly linked to new toys, but is also going to be a bit of an opinion piece. And that is what I'm going to be calling, very professionally, Ron Bondajon is a big baby and kills any chance they have of ever working with Hasbro on this channel. Now, you might have remembered that I am really excited and hopeful for Cyberworld. I think it's the exact type of media that we need right now to keep Transformers healthy. But then, the most piss on my head and tell me it's raining type of action I have ever seen Hasbro undertake is unfolding before our eyes. I got this from TFW. However, it is a press junket put out by Hasbro. So keep in mind, Hasbro laid off a lot of people, right? A lot of great toy designers, a lot of artists. They've also seemingly laid off a bunch of their social media team and their advertising teams. So what they are doing is they want fans to travel to Germany, to Nuremberg, to their toy fair, and make hype videos for this new toy line being announced. They are going to have the toys there. They are going to be asking you to take, and I'm quoting here, a variety of different approaches. They're even open to the inclusion of some 2D or 3D animated effects if that helps elevate the footage you capture. You may want to consider on-screen talent or limited stop-motion elements, and that's here too. So you see that, right? And they're literally saying, okay, make the commercial for us. Bring your own on-screen talent. Bring your own stop-motion elements. There will not be any footage available from the upcoming YouTube series. There's just a logo there. Hasbro's giving you none of their media, but you will be making the video, and you'll also need to capture 15 photographs of the toy fair. We expect these to be captured within the toy fair setting itself that showcases the different toys individually and be shot and retouched in such a way that they can be as standalone photographs or worked in the video if necessary. So also do the toy photography. Do the press junket, make the photos that we're going to be using to advertise these toys. You're not being paid for this, mind you. I will point this out, right? Look at these. Just to go through them. For your pitch, be sure to outline in your treatment how your team can execute the shoot itself and what creative possibilities you might have in mind for making the video shine in the edit. So, I'm an actor. Not a particularly good actor. Definitely not a very popular actor. But I am an actor. And I'm used to trying to get my own projects off the ground because guess what? Sometimes when you can't get cast, you try to make something for yourself and cast yourself. The pitch is something you deliver to producers to try to get money for your idea. Deliverables are what you're promising to provide them with. And here it is a 45 to 60 second product reveal video by a 16 by 9 aspect ratio, 15 stills, retouched photographs of the toys from the Nuremberg toy trial. That's what you are agreeing to turn in on a timeline established by Hasbro. And then, of course, here's the big word, the word that has to be here, exposure. We expect content will be used on platforms below, but if casting talent, be sure they review our required talent release form before they're cast, as it is not limited to these platforms. You should also review our music providers and the project requirements as well as the platform best practices. So not only are you making this based on Hasbro's requirements, not only do you need to have whoever you want to use as a spokesperson through their talent releases, but you also need to agree to their music requirements. You also have to agree to what they are wanting in terms of content. So this is, the target audience, keep in mind, is not for kids age 6 to 11. This is the parents of kids age 6 to 11, target audience. Because, when I was a kid, what I always wanted was for the cartoon to be talking to my parents so they could nod along and I could know my mom and dad approved of this. That's what made me excited. Maybe I'm being a bit thick. I'll be honest. Maybe I'm just being a big old dummy here. But is there anything more pathetic, anything more sad than saying outright, no, we're not trying to interest kids. We're trying to interest the parents so that the parents can approve this. I don't know about you guys. The stuff I liked as a kid, my parents didn't like. Like, I know I got a Transformer toy from my dad, one. But my dad was not a Transformers fan at any point in his life. And in fact, he hated the fact that I was into Transformers and not into hunting or seminary. And the same thing could be said for my mom. So, it's just all of this is so nakedly cynical and gross and disgusting. Executional mandatories. The filmmaker must travel within the production budget. So, they're going to be paying you to get out there. Fair enough. Voiceover cannot be included in this video, so don't put your own touch on it. Filmmakers must adhere to the toy line brand guidelines, which the greenlit creator will be given access to. So don't put your own touches, no artistic insight at all. You are making the commercial, a commercial that you're being paid pennies for, and I'm going to say it right now. If you're an influencer, if you are a toy reviewer, if you are a YouTuber, get out of your lane. Stay in your lane. Stay being an influencer. Stay being a commentator. I'm sure that there are many people who are very talented filmmakers who are also doing toy reviews on YouTube. I get that. But this is all just an attempt to undercut people whose jobs it is to make good media and good commercials around these toys. And we got one final slide. Background, additional elements. All these videos below are references that Hasbro has shared, but they also have specific elements to them that Hasbro wants to capture. No one reference video should be emulated in your pitch. Rather, we want you to take these in from an energetic reference standpoint. They are showing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem toy launch event. They are showing you the Fortnite Season 6 trailer. And they are showing you the LEGO Dreams event. Now, do you want to know something that these three have in common that Hasbro's will not? Now, these did show fan reactions. These did show engagement with the community. They were also made by media companies. They were made by people whose whole job it is to make the commercials. We weren't taking jobs away from anyone. We weren't making it to where people whose careers it is to make these commercials, they're no longer going to be able to put food in their children's mouths. So, as much as I am excited for Cyberworld, as much as I want Cyberworld to be successful in bringing in new fans, all I can say is, Cox, you need to back off. If you want good commercial, good word of mouth, have the people you paid for it do it. And I know there's going to be a lot of Transformers fans out there who are going to go and they're going to try to be a part of this. And I have no doubt that for most of them, it's going to be earnest. They're doing this because they love Transformers and they want to see it succeed. I think there's also going to be a lot of people who are doing this very cynically. They're going to be doing this in a naked attempt to appease Hasbro and try to get special treatment. But I feel like most of them are going to just be fans. And I saw something Ben Watson said, and I think that he's completely on point. Hasbro saw the TF1 hype guy. The one who was better at marketing Transformers 1 than Paramount was. And the actual love and care they had for the movie. And the fact that they did help get more revenue towards Transformers 1. And Hasbro is now just banking that other fans will jump at the opportunity to do marketing for them. They are expecting Transformers fans to start embracing everything, not just with an open mind, but be willing to make themselves volunteers in the spreading of the word, as opposed to allowing people whose careers, whose lives are dedicated towards advertising, towards brand awareness, towards making media around these things. And people will point out, well, they're allowing stop motion. Well, they're allowing this and that. No, they're not, though. They're not allowing you to be creative. They're not allowing you to be an individual. They're not giving you a better platform to show your unique voice as a Transformers fan or a content creator or as an artist of any type. It'd be different if this was a big fan art competition. It'd be different if this was everyone come out and we're not doing this for actual commercials. This is just a way to have a positive effect within the fandom and we celebrate the differences of how we present things. That's not what this is. Hasbro wants a homogeneous product and they don't want to have to pay professionals to do it. And they are ready. They are actively banking on the idea that Transformers fans are going to rally together to attempt to try to do this themselves with absolutely no reward in it except for the love of the franchise. And I love Transformers. I do. I have a lot of love in this franchise. I have a lot of love for the people within it. In fact, I'm going to go on to my final slide just because that's bumming me out. I love this franchise so much, and I want it to stay healthy, and I want our fandom to be healthy. Actually, allow me to fix this. I don't care if the franchise is healthy or not. I could care less if Transformers as a brand is healthy. What I care about is our fandom is healthy. What I care about is that the people here, the artists and the fans and the writers and the toy designers, I care that they are healthy. And I care that they are happy. That is what I want. And I am not engaging with any type of cynicism or malfeasance as put out by a billion-dollar corporation. I'm going to tell you now, February 1st is when this Toy Fest is. Anything made by a fan, any photo, any video, I'm not covering. I'm sorry. It's going to make for a worse news video, and I'm sorry for that. But I'm not engaging with this. I am not a content farm. I am not a Transformers shill. I am not a Hasbro shill. I am someone who cares about the characters. I am someone who cares about the art. I care about every ounce of effort and work that is put into each and every single toy, each and every single comic, each and every single episode of a cartoon. Everything you can touch in Transformers, that was years, if not months, but a long stretch of time of someone's life that they poured into that thing. I'm not engaging with any attempt to undercut the people who have dedicated so much of their time to Transformers on a professional level. That's just me. A bit of a dim way to end the toy news. I'm sorry about that, guys, but I saw this and it made my blood boil. And I just, I wanted to share that. I think it's a problem. But a big thank you to my producers who, I hope that if there is blowback from this, don't take it out on anyone who helped me out. Take it out on me because these were my opinions, good or bad. They are mine. These are my beliefs. But a big thank you to my producers, Oscar and your boy, Confish, as well as Sinan. Sinan is this is the first time I've been able to add them to my producers list, just because I was waiting to know what they want to be credited as. If you want to join the Patreon, there's a link there. If you want to drop me on Patreon because my hot takes are too spicy, I get that too. Stay safe, guys. Just stay safe out there. And do your best to find something that makes you happy. Because sometimes it can be hard to do that. But thank you for watching, and we will see what we get up to next time.